Right, cheers. Evening, everybody. I thought I was going to do another video in my series of underdogs, and the one I wanted to do today was beatwave, which is a terrific app which I constantly forget about. But yesterday I was playing around on the bus and I booted up beatwave, and I had a really good time playing with it. So I thought I would just introduce you to beatwave. So what is beatwave? It has 4 separate instruments that you can set sequences on. Sequences can be up to 64 parts long, and each of these you can also set to different times. So if I go to this one, for instance, on the tune section here, the speed, this is playing at full speed, but you can slow it right the way down to 1/8 speed. So if you've got pads playing in the background, you can have them playing big long notes. Okay, and we've got here, if I go to my first track, so here I've got the glitch kit playing a quick pattern. So it's got a number of drum kits. I bought the Pro Pack, so if I go to the sound menu, sounds, you can browse, and you can browse leads and drums and bass and synth, and it's got a number of drum kits here under the drums. It's also got leads and bass, or you can just browse and pick any sound you like. So I was on glitch kit. I like that one. Okay, and most of them tell you what drums are in the first column here. Not all of them. There seems to be a little bit erratic there, but quite good sounds as well. I like the sounds that come with this. Now, if you have, let's shut that down and go to the second one here. I'm going to go to the mixer, and I'm going to mute that first one, and I'm going to go to the second. And here you can see I've just got a simple pattern playing. And I've set that up with 64 parts. Now you might have noticed some bits moving around just then, because this has also got some generative aspects to it. If you just watch here, when it gets here, there. So when I set this one up, in the grid section, I set the morpher to be on, and I've got it set to a fairly low amount of morphing, so strength is playing at just 1. Multiplier, which is the number of extra notes it can add, is on a very low setting, and I've got the morpher set to something quite gentle there. So it's just changing everything I play slightly as it goes through. All right, let's have a look at the next one. Now this next one here. Alright, now you probably noticed there, this one is now playing at much slower speed. So if I go to the sound here, this is the Dharma sound. I've got it quite loud, I'm going to make it a bit quieter, put a bit more reverb on it. And I've got that playing at 1/8 speed. And as you can see, I'm playing these longer notes anyway, so I've set this up. So these are all nice long pad notes playing on this one. Now if you notice there, I also got this FX section. And you can add 3 effects for every sound you've got. So if I add an effect, you've got a whole bunch of different effects that you can add, and some of them are really pretty good. I particularly like the auto wah. So if I turn that back on, let's try and add something else. It's not playing ball. There we go. Let's. What should I put in? Some tremolo. Yeah, nice. I like that. It's never going to shut up now. Okay, and on this last one, what have I got here? Let's go back to my mixer. Let's turn that on to edamame. Now, one thing you'll notice if you've never really used this before, I'm just going to turn all this off and start with a fresh patch here. I'm going to choose a different sound. So I'm going to go to sounds and I'm going to pick just something synthy. Okay. You can turn the sounds on and off so that they'll make noises when you tap them or not, as up to you. Now, what you'll see, a lot of these sounds also have a kick and snare built in on the bottom two rows, and this is really good because you can build up some grooves very quickly there, I think. So as you can see there, we've got quite a lot of settings you can mess around with here as well. And the mixer, I've got various scales I can set, so everything I play is going to be in the same scale, which is great. You can set up custom scales as well if you want to. So you've got all these places where you can make up your own custom scales, so it's just playing the notes that you want. The MIDI editor here is just so easy to play with. Notes can be longer and shorter as you want. You can shift them up and down. It's a really easy editor to play with. I love these sort of apps where you have 4 tracks which you can set drums and bass on. I used to use Alchemy for very much the same thing. For coming up with quick ideas for tunes, you really can't do any better than these apps. And this is a very good one. So if you haven't already bought it, have a look at beatwave. And I would definitely recommend looking at the Pro Pack, because with the Pro Pack you get, when you buy the Pro Pack, as far as I recall, you get all of these extra instruments for free. So all these instrument packs sort of come with the Pro Pack, and you can also make your own instruments, and there's various other fancy bits that you can do. You can create ringtones or create your own instruments, and you can purchase the effect features. There's a lot of stuff in here that you can do with beatwave, and I think it's kind of a shame because everyone seems to have forgotten about it. So there you go. Thanks. Bye.